What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 266 of the 365-day graphic novel review challenge. Today, I want to talk to you about another Hellboy book. This is Hellboy, Volume 9, The Wild Hunt. This is an 8-issue miniseries written by Mike Mignola with art by Duncan Fegredo, and this is the first in a trilogy that takes up volumes 9, 10, and 11. And I wouldn't necessarily call this a story by itself. This really does feel like it's the first third of a very long story, and I kind of wish that volumes 9, 10, and 11 had all been collected into one massive volume if it is really just one long story instead of a trilogy of 3 stories. I haven't read volumes 10 and 11 yet, but there's not a whole lot that happens here. In the first 4 issues, Hellboy is led astray by 2 separate parties who both betray him, and then he gets out of those situations more or less scotch-free, and I'm thinking, okay, we're halfway through this miniseries and not a whole lot has happened. You've got these 2 different groups who have betrayed Hellboy, and then he gets out of that situation, and that's basically all that happens. And then in the second half of this miniseries, Hellboy finds out that his lineage is a little bit more interesting and a little bit more complicated than what he thought. We always knew that he was at least half demon. I don't know if they had ever touched on the fact that his mother was a human before. I can't remember from the other volumes, but here we find out for sure his mother was a demon, his mother was a human, his father was a demon. We find out who his mother was descended from. I won't spoil that, but I was really excited about all of that. I am a big fan of the thing that is included here. Mike Mignola loves mythology, and not just a specific type of mythology, but mythology from all over the world. He might use the golem from Jewish lore, or he might use Romanian mythology or Irish mythology. In this case, he uses something and someone from British mythology that I am a big fan of. I won't say who it is or what it is, but you might have been able to have guessed if you know me at all. But anyway, I like that twist on the character of Hellboy, and I like what Mignola and Fegredo do with that particular seed of mythology. And this book basically ends with Hellboy deciding that he is going to take action against this evil witch queen who wants to bathe the world in blood. And we've been seeing bits of that subplot develop for a while. If you remember the fairy who kidnapped the baby and then got swallowed by this giant boar creature, and then he became the boar creature, he shows up here again, and he was showing up, I want to say, in volume 8, and that was kind of building up to the Wild Hunt story, but he shows up here, and I kind of like that character. In the past, in the previous stories he's appeared in, he's kind of been a whiny butthead, but I kind of like him here. This book makes me feel sorry for him, even though he deserved everything that came to him up until now. So that was interesting that this book made me feel as sorry for that guy as I did. I don't remember his name, but it's the guy who looks like a pig that's standing up on its hind feet. But anyway, I did like this book, but it is not a story on its own. If you read this expecting a standalone story, kind of like, say, Volume 1 of Hellboy, you're not going to get that. You really should get Volumes 9, 10, and 11 all together and read them all together and read it as one massive story, not 3 separate stories. But I did like this book quite a bit, and I am interested in seeing what comes next. So those are my thoughts on Hellboy Volume 9, The Wild Hunt. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with a different Hellboy book to talk to you about. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.